Hello friends and welcome to Saitama Stacker channel. My name's Dean and I'll be your host for today. Hey, things are looking up a little bit here today. I've got some cool stuff to show you. I am back at my house here. You can see I'm in the craft room, and while I was gone, the table that I normally work off of, that I'm working off of currently, was totally cleared off and was replaced by this. So, as you can see, my wife is making a statement that it's time for me to move the Stacker Studios outside of the craft room. So, that's something I'll be working on. Somebody told me I need to have a green screen. I've had one for about 3 or 4 weeks. I just haven't bothered to set it up because I don't know how that software works. I may actually have to pay for an upgrade for my ScreenFlow program to be able to use it, but I can use it on streams. I just don't stream very often. We'll figure it out. If you're here for the first time, please know I only make these videos for entertainment, education, and for community building around the Saitama token. So please do your own research before investing in Saitama or any other cryptocurrency for that matter. All right, let's take a look at the fundamentals. I'll show you a couple of cool things I've got going on here, things I'm excited about, and we'll look at a couple of news bits, and then we'll wrap it up here with some reflections. I also want to discuss the staking rewards. There's some confusion about how that works, and I'm going to try to bring some clarity, at least the best of my understanding. And if we'll see if you agree with me. I think it looks pretty straightforward. So, when it comes to what's going on with the fundamentals, let's pull them up here. All right. So today is 11/16. There are currently 241,473 holders. That is an increase of 3,787 over yesterday. Our market cap has increased by about $450 million. So this is good, a nice positive increase. If we look at the price, we are back to around 7083. So up about 7% in the last 24 hours. The 7-day looks like 12.7%. And as you can see, we're starting to establish a nice pattern here of sideways trading, which is known as consolidation in technical analysis. And it looks like this 7075 line, we're bouncing off of that, establishing a new baseline for support. So I'm not the greatest with technical analysis. I would highly recommend, if you're interested in that, watch Zach Humphreys, watch Austin Hilton, watch Chad Reddings, or let me know who your favorite technical analysis people are when it comes to Saitama or really cryptocurrency in general. All right, back into the fundamentals. Hey, current rank based on our market cap again is 51 out of the top 100, or out of all cryptocurrencies. To arrive there, we simply take our market cap and compare it against the top 100 listed in CoinMarketCap, and currently it places us at number 51. So a little improvement over yesterday. 7084 is a step up. Volume has ticked down a little bit, and I kind of mentioned this yesterday. I think in some ways that's a good thing. Okay, there was kind of like a feeding frenzy going on around the Vegas event, both leading into it and afterwards. I would love to see high volume. I just want to see it with less volatility. Okay, and we know cryptocurrency is very volatile, but these were pretty extreme volatility, both in the up direction and in the down direction. And so a nice steady growth with some gentle corrections would be preferred to what we saw. And I think that this reduction in volume is not necessarily a bad thing. Again, people are waiting for Saitamask. We're still dealing with higher than normal Ethereum fees. So it's expected that it would be down some in terms of trading volume, but we'd like to see that increase with a more stable price. All right. Because the volume is low, the burn percentage is quite low. Burn speedometer would essentially say that based on today's volume against the current market cap, it would take 76 days to burn 1%, or about 4.8% annual burn not horrible. In the last 24 hours, we have about 6 trillion tokens that were burned to the burn wallet. So that's all good. Okay, things are moving forward. All right, a couple of things that I want to show you. Some of these things I'm really excited about, but first, here is my Ledger Nano X. It had arrived in the mail while I was gone. If you're ordering a hard wallet, order it directly from the manufacturer's website. Do not get them off of Amazon. The fear is that somebody will actually get these. They'll upload their own seed phrases, basically. And when you go to transfer your tokens, it could potentially be an issue where they steal all your tokens. So order them directly from the manufacturers. I haven't even unboxed this yet. It's still in the cellophane. I got back relatively late from my business travel. And so when I have time here over the next couple days, I'll unpackage this. I'll try to get as much video as I can and try to show you my experience with porting over my Saitama coins to a hard wallet for added security. Okay. Reflections, not reflections. Man, the Saitama project has 2 types of passive earning systems coming. One is currently in force and the other one is on the way. The one that's in force are known as reflections or rewards for being a holder. Okay. On the official SaitamaToken.com website, you can see under the ecosystem tab a passive income system that includes taking a 2% fee from every buy and sell and redistributing that to the holders. Okay. And then another 2% is taken and it's burned. So there's a burn mechanism and a passive income system. The 2% reflections that a person might receive, if you're holding Saitama token and you're not holding it in a centralized exchange that doesn't participate, you should be receiving it. If you're receiving it, you receive a share of the pool of the 2% fees proportionate to your ownership in the token. So the burn wallet that I can show you here, let's see, yep. So this is Etherscan. And this top wallet that owns 55.8% is the burn wallet. It's not only getting the 2% burn, but it's also getting its share of the reflections. And if it's proportionate, which I'm understanding that it is, it would receive 55.8% of the reflections. Those of us who are holding the token receive the rest of the available pool. Okay? And while it's 2%, it's not 2% annualized. If you look at the staking rewards, now this is more of where you would put your tokens into a liquidity pool or essentially borrow them out. So to create liquidity for people who are buying and selling the token. And then fees are collected on those trades, and the development team or the platform that you're staking on can share back some of those fees to you for participating in donating your tokens or lending your tokens to this liquidity pool. So with Saitama, the base percentage is 5%. Okay. And it will depend on what they determine they're going to compensate us in. If it's Saitama token, it could be in a different token also. Different projects do different things. But if it's in Saitama, if you have 100 Saitama tokens, I know that's a ridiculously low number, but just to keep these numbers squared up and easy, you would receive 5% of those, or 5 free tokens for staking over a year. Okay, now they have reward system built in here so that the longer you remain staked, the higher your percentage goes. So in addition to the 5% stable staking or base staking, okay, so just for putting your tokens into a staking pool, you're getting 5%. After 30 days, they're going to add 2%, so you'd be getting 7. At 60 days, they would add a total of 4%. So the 2% plus an additional 2% for a total of 4, your total staking rewards would be at 9. And at 180 days, it would be 5, the stable staking, plus 6, or 11% staking rewards. And then, of course, whatever percentage of the reflections you get. And remember, it's not an extra 1% if we're counting what the pool's getting, but it's actually an extra 1% of every buy and sell, which can add up to a lot more than 2% annualized. And I can show you what I mean by that as I move into my own reflections. I'll do that, and then I'm going to follow up with one more just observation I'm seeing out there. Just to make this flow a little better, I'm just going to go straight into my rewards. So in the last 24 hours, just for being a holder of Saitama and not staking, just for holding the token, I've received 138 million tokens in reflections or rewards. I've been tracking mine since August 31st, and since then I have received 17,924,829,078 tokens. Okay, I went ahead and did some quick math, and the 17 billion would end up being 1.75% of the total coins I purchased originally. Okay, so essentially in rewards, I've received almost 2% in 10 weeks. So across a full year, that would be possibly upwards of 8% in reflections that I would be receiving. And it compounds. So you're getting reflections on your reflections, because the more coins you have, the more percentage of the pool you take in. Okay. So staking plus what's available with reflections could be very attractive. I mean, I think it's attractive. It's way more than I've seen in interest in any type of a bank or anything. Since interest rates were like in the 18% back in the late 70s. Okay. Which was not really that great of an economic moment, but for people that were investing, I guess they were at least getting high interest rates. All right, I'm going to switch over and talk about sentiment right now. So as you guys know, and I've discussed it, and it's being discussed all over the place, after the Vegas event, the tone went pretty dark around Saitama for a lot of people. There was a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And then there were a lot of people that were just kind of throwing a lot of shade, just trying to make everybody look bad as much as possible, and lots of complaining. Some of it, I would say, warranted. But as I'm looking through these and seeing comments from the people who were actually at the live event, what came through in the video, which was just a quality issue, really, I think, and maybe the wrong focus, the focus on individuals rather than the presentation. And I know that some of the things with the presentation didn't go to plan also. Like I say, they were kind of victims of Murphy's Law, but people that were at the event seemed to actually enjoy and appreciate and get a better understanding of what the development team rolled out to the rest of us yesterday through their AMA. And so the sentiment on the Twitter sphere seems to be improving. There are still a couple of questions that are out there that I think are legitimate questions that hopefully we'll get some answers to. But all in all, I'm seeing more positivity around the Saitama project. And, as the development team gets back to work, as the Saitamask platform launches, I think we're going to see the momentum continue to build again, and we're going to start to see some more positive price action. That's just my opinion. But I do appreciate the fact that it's, trending better in terms of overall sentiment. There was a report on Twitter I saw that Saitama was trending number 1 on DEX tools. And I don't use DEX tools very much. I need to learn more about it. But on CoinMarketCap, they also have trending sections. And under the most visited tab, Saitama shows up at number 17. Okay, so this just tells me, again, there's a high level of interest in the project. Okay, there are 14,000 cryptocurrencies, and we're showing up in the top 17 for cryptocurrencies people are searching on CoinMarketCap and doing their own research. Okay, so that's where we want to be. We want to be in the spotlight. We want to have people taking an interest and evaluating whether or not they should be investing in Saitama. And so as they come and they're looking, we need to keep this positive sentiment going. Again, There are some things that I think we should see some answers to or get some answers to. I don't think there's any pressing need to get all the answers right now, but people need clarity. They need confidence if they're investing. We all want that. And so we'll just let the developers move forward, and we'll look for brighter days ahead. Again, as you're reading through Twitter, I mean, I think a lot of the trolls, I think a lot of the people that were, quite frankly, trying to torpedo people within the community to get their Twitter accounts essentially closed down for things like what's in their thumbnail. They're not things that people normally are that concerned about, but after the Vegas event, there was this visceral reaction where people went on the attack. There were people that were upset. I think there were competitors that smelled blood in the water, so they went on the attack, and they're just trying to throw as much shade as possible because the project has been so successful in such a short period of time. And so, what got us to that point was a strong community. It was a development team that was, talking about big plans. Now we need to see them come through with big actions. And, up to this point, everything the development team has said they were going to do, they've done, with the exception of KuCoin. And I haven't checked KuCoin today, but when KuCoin goes live, that will be one more thing that, the development team said, we've got this. And when we see it, it will reinforce our confidence in what they're doing there. So friends, I hope you're having a great day. I'm losing my voice. I'm tired from traveling, but I'm happy to be back home. I'm happy to have my regular setup, and I hope you're doing well too. Please check back with me tomorrow, and we'll watch our Saitama stacks grow together.